I've enjoyed the whole thing. I really have.
And now here's the star of The Price is Right, Bob Barker.
I have been blessed in that I have had 50 years doing something that I have thoroughly enjoyed and I've been paid for it. How good can you have it?
99-year-old TV icon Bob Barker passed away Saturday morning from natural causes at his longtime home in the Hollywood Hills. That's where this last photo of him was taken, sitting in a wheelchair in February of 2021, enjoying the sunshine on the front lawn.
Where am I going to be? I hope I'm up there looking down on the whole thing. I'd hate to think I'm looking up.
At Bob's request, there will be no funeral or memorial service. E.T. last spoke to him in 2017.
I think that show would be hard to beat the rapport we had. It was just a joy.
It was 10 years after he retired from The Price is Right, which he hosted for almost 35 years.
I'm often asked, what do I miss the most about it? And I tell them the money. That's what I miss the most.
He had a great sense of humor.
Today, we're learning more about Bob's final days. E.T. spoke exclusively with Janice Pennington, one of the original Barker's Beauties models on the game show, and Roger Neal, his longtime publicist. He says Bob's girlfriend of 40 years, Nancy Burnett, was always at his side.
I can't stress enough the great care that Nancy took care of him. I mean, it was around the clock. And for the fact that he got to stay in his home and live in his home, the same house since the 1950s, and to be able to be at home when he passed, it was very fortunate.
How did he live out those final years?
I think very happy. He loved his home, he loved his animals, and I really think he liked his quiet life.
And the nurses all doted on him. You know, they were they just loved Mr. Barker. And I said to the nurses before I left, I said, you're taking care of the world's greatest MC, and he is a legend. And he said, I'll agree to that, and started laughing. So it was great.
It was that trademark sense of humor that helped Bob face a number of health problems in his later years, including both prostate and neck surgery.
I had a carotid artery that had become blocked, and I had some surgery from which I've recovered very well, thank you. And I am back at work, and we're grinding out one hit after another.
In 2015, he suffered a frightening fall on the sidewalk outside his home.
So I twisted and landed right over here, but my head was up on the cement, and so I cut my head all up and cut my knee and scraped it.
I saw him a few weeks ago briefly. He looked terrific as you could look to be 99 and almost 100.
I'm constantly looking for a contestant with whom I can get laughs.
I had a dream about you, so I had to connect you.
What were we doing in the dream?
You were chasing me in the hayloft.
Bob got his big showbiz break hosting Truth or Consequences back in 1956.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And I became the host of a national television show just overnight.
16 years later, in 1972, Bob landed the job that made him a TV icon and got him 19 Emmys, the most of any game show host. Who's this little dude?
That little guy is Bob Barker.
Janice treasures her countless memories with the legend.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you're gonna make me cry. I don't know, there was just so many, He was just, one of a kind, so.
And if you could say one more thing to Bob.
You're the best. Nobody will ever come close to you.
What was it like working with Bob?
It was like a party every day. The audience was very excited, You look forward to going to work every day.
What is his legacy?
Oh my gosh. He was just so loved. He loved it, and they loved it. They always jumped on him. He loved those moments with contestants because you never knew what they were going to say.
Drew Carey, come on down.
In 2007, Bob handed over the skinny mic to Drew Carey.
I thought this was just a good time to quit.
Drew, one of many celebs paying tribute, posted, Very sad. There hasn't been a day on set that I didn't think of Bob Barker and thank him. I will carry his memory in my heart forever. Bob told us the advice he gave his successor.
Don't imitate me. Don't imitate any other host. Do it his way.
Fellow TV host Tom Bergeron shared these pics, captioned, "On weekends, when we'd shoot Hollywood Squares on the same stage The Price is Right shot on weekdays, I used his dressing room." And yeah, that's Wheel of Fortune's Vanna White as a young contestant back in 1980. She wrote, "Thank you, Bob, for introducing me to the game show world. We will miss you."
How do you keep in such marvelous shape?
Well, I'm a vegetarian, and I try to get my rest, and I drink.
That sounds like a nice start for my life. I'm gonna change it all over.
One of Bob's most iconic gigs off The Price is Right set, Happy Gilmore with Adam Sandler in 1996. His first ever movie role, in that fight, just comedy gold.
I don't want a piece of you. I want the whole thing.
E.T. was on set where at 72 years young, he did his own stunt work.
Let's go.
So I suggested that, and they're letting me do it myself. I'm pleased. Here's a young man who watched me as he was growing up, and look at him, he's a star. He's a success.
That's what
It could happen to you if you watch me on television.
Price is wrong.
Now you've had enough.
Referencing that quip, Julie Bowen honored her co-star, revealing it was Adam who convinced him to do it. Quote, "Bob was kind and polite and had declined to say the line, but he got swept up in the hilarious fight scene and he just said it." And from Adam, quote, "Loved laughing with him, loved him kicking the crap out of me. He will be missed by everyone I know. Heartbreak."